Well, this is going to be a different kind of video for sure. No car involved per se, and maybe this will bore you to death, but I'm going to do it anyway. Just because I had to move a ton of stuff in my basement recently because I had some water in the basement. Not because I have a wet basement, but because, well, the first time the hot water tank leaked. Nope, soon they'll be light, don't worry. And then after the hot water tank leaked and that had to be replaced, then I had a leak here from the bathroom upstairs. And so I had to clean out this entire area of my basement. And what it forced me to do was look through about 30 years worth of memories from way, way back when I first started doing weather at WRGB in 1994. And then, after that I started doing drive time. It was called The Morning Drive. In 1998, it was a live car segment done on the weather patio because I was a weatherman. So I would do weather, and then on Friday mornings, we would bring a car onto the weather patio, and then I would do this live car piece, and that's how this all started. And I gave up the weather stuff in 2000, and then started doing the car stuff full-time on my own, and in January, it will have been, 27 years? It's insane. So anyway, I thought I would just show you a couple of the things I found that A, made me feel really old, but B, also made me feel kind of cool because it just brought back a lot of good memories. So this is probably a video more for me, but if you get something out of it and you enjoy it, then heck yeah. So anyway, I had to pile a lot of this stuff onto the ping pong table to dry out. But, this here probably made me feel the oldest. So if you can see, this is from a 2000 Volkswagen Passat, okay? These are slides, literal slides. This is how the manufacturers used to communicate to us journalists. They would send us real press kits with real pictures and slides and other crap. I mean, you would have to wait. There were no media websites. There were no downloads. There was no instant gratification. And we didn't like it. No, we didn't really. But anyway, that's what this looked like. I still have some of this stuff. And of course, you might recognize this if you're over the age of, say, I don't know, 45. Look at that. This was a video I did on the Daewoo Nubira. Do you remember that one? The Morning Drive, shot on 9/11 or on 9/1. It was for air on 9/11. Now, I have all of these beta tapes. I have them everywhere. And I don't have a beta player. Some of them have been digitized, but, unless I can find someone to do all that, these videos will be lost forever, and that's probably a good thing. Some of those earlier episodes were, I was green, I was right out of college doing this stuff. So yeah, just beta tapes and more beta tapes. And here's some VHS tapes. God only knows what's on all of these things. Yeah. So, and then, as I've been doing this through the years, the manufacturers, they send you lots of stuff, which is really kind of cool. Sometimes, like, I've gotten so many cool things through the years. Some of it has ended up in the basement. So I have been able to find some of that sort of thing down here as well. Now, here's an interesting one. This has got a kind of a cool story with it. So when I was trying to, hello. Where are you? When I was trying to first syndicate my show, so we got into a discussion. When I first started, let me go back for a second. So when I was at Channel 6 and I was doing weather and I was doing this car segment, in addition to that, I was the automotive editor. I worked alongside Rachel Ray. And Rachel started at WRGB, and our news director was Joe Kasha. And Joe and I hit it off. Joe was a car guy. I was a car guy. And I remember distinctly a meeting that Rachel and I and Joe had in his office one day about the prospects of syndicating our segments, right? Well, one of us went on to do really big things. I feel bad for Rachel. I don't know what happened to her, but anyhow, so I remember Laura and I spent hours and hours and hours. I made these demo reels on VHS, and I researched literally every TV station in the country and every news director in the country and wrote a letter, which is probably still in here. And here it is on the old drive time letterhead. This is dated April 9th, 2001. So we're on the verge of a syndication deal. We had a lot of business back then. I won't read you this whole letter that I wrote, but anyway, so we sent all of these out. Now this one says forwarding, order expired, return to sender, and that happened with some of the packages, and unfortunately that's what happened to this one. And do you know how much business that drummed up? Very little. We got a few small TV stations here and there, but by and large, it did not work out. But that was okay. We had other business dealings that did work out. We had some strange dealings with a woman named Virginia Mamprey, who I think produced the Rose Bowl parade, and she did some stuff. And then that company we were tied up with, I don't know, the guy was a crook. And so, yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff. And then, as we're going down memory lane here, again, I hope this doesn't bore you to death, but then I got my first agent, and it turned out that my agent, years later, I found out he was a bank robber and was keeping money from me and all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, just insane, this 27-year journey. It really is. It's an amazing thing. I'm still glad to be doing it, but it certainly has changed a lot. You know, and a lot of people ask me to this day, like, how do I get started? And I hate to sound like such a downer, but I'm like, don't get started now. Now it's, back when I was doing it, there weren't many people doing video, car video. So I was like one of the first people to do, I did Auto by Tel and Yahoo and a whole bunch of others back then. But, you know, it's so different now. I mean, with YouTube, it's like, you know, I don't know how much more money there is to be made. Regular TV stations really don't buy content anymore because they can't afford it. Even though we had a big deal on the table with Sinclair at one point that didn't really work out, that I've never really talked about. But man, we were this close to a huge syndication deal with them. But in the end, it did not work out. But that's okay. But anyway, to get back on track here, here's a BMW Z4 beta tape. You know, and some of that free stuff, there's some of it down here. I know some of it's upstairs, but like the press kits were really cool back in the day. They don't do this stuff anymore either. And when you used to go to the auto shows, oh man, the swag you would bring back was so cool. I remember getting a cool bongo from the, what was that called? The Chrysler Aspen reveal in Detroit years ago. Here's a Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT from 2014. This one here might actually, oh goodness gracious, hold on one second. I'll decline that call for now. And then this one here, whoops, might be actually worth something. This is sealed. I've always kept this sealed. This was from the C7 reveal, if I'm not mistaken, in Detroit back on January 13th. I was in the front row for this because Mike Albano and I go way back, and he treats me very well, and he got me in there. And I have a little, I think the video might be on the YouTube channel. I can't remember, but this is sealed. To this day, this was a big deal. I don't even know what's in this, but I've kept it sealed. Would anyone like to buy it? I don't know what it costs or what it's worth. I don't know what's in there, but I bet you that's a good one to have. I bet you some Corvette collector might like that. Whoops. Yeah, here's a bunch more beta tapes. Operating tips for a 99 Jeep Wrangler, anybody? How would you like that? Yeah, so beta tape central around here. Lord knows what. Would anybody like to digitize all of these for me for free? Oh, you want to see something cool? This isn't really car related, but here's bits of my old ColecoVision, which is one of my favorite video gaming systems of all time. Oh, I've got a lot of Prowler stuff because the Prowler was always my favorite car ever. So there's a Prowler, there's a Prowler, everywhere a Prowler. And looks like there's more stuff down here. Oh yeah, here's a whole collection of stuff from the TV days. And what do we have in here? Some some awards and stuff like that. Oh my goodness. Here's an old press kit from the Volkswagen. Oh yeah, some old issues of Car and Driver. Always my favorite. Yeah, LA Auto Show. Oh, hey, look at these. Oh my gosh, there's a whole pile of these in here. Ah. Back when I had hair. Steve Hammis, WRGB headshots. That's back when the TV stations would pay for all that stuff. And I have a nice collection of tires. I've gotten lots of tires through the years. Lots of tires. So anyway, I just thought I'd bring you down here. There's more stuff here and there. I don't know if there's anything much worth showing you. Yeah, probably not. Just typical basement stuff at this point. But I have a lot more upstairs. Maybe I'll make another video someday. Oh, hey, you know what? This is pretty cool, right? This is what you get when you get 100,000 subscribers. You know what else you get when you get 100,000 subscribers? You make a new video and 1,000 of that 100,000 actually watch it. Great. Just freaking great. But, yeah. I don't know. Just a little stroll down memory lane down here. Lots of stuff I've collected through the years. Some of it kind of fun. If you'd like to buy any of it, you let me know. And I'll put a price on it. Or we'll donate it to charity or do something fun with it. I don't know. But anyway, I'll see you next time on Looking Back with Steve Hammis.